threshing really is what this club is all about. What you see here is the end product. Dave Stricker is up there throwing the bundles in his thrashing machine, but this process actually starts early in the spring. We get out here with these antique tractors and we plow 35, 40 acres and put them into oats. Later on in the summer, we come through with some antique equipment. We cut those oats and we bind them up and we shock them just like they did in the old days. We let them dry for a couple of months, and then we have to get up there and put those things up in wagons. I remember David Dean telling me at the end of the day once when we were doing this, he looked at me and he said, "You know, Norm, you wouldn't think that an 8-pound bundle of oats on the end of a fork could whip a man. But I'll tell you, after you've done that for 8 hours out in a hot field, and when those loads get high in the wagon, you got to throw them up maybe 10, 12 feet to the man on the top. Those loads get awful heavy and we get awful tired. But this is what it's all about. This is what we're here for. We show how it was done in the good old days."
When John Kern and I put together that show on the thresheree, we thought that was perhaps the most important scene that we'd filmed. Because after all, the thresheree did begin many years ago as a thresherman's reunion. So John and I thought it would be important to show the scenes behind the scenes at the thresheree, and that's the planting and the harvesting of the oats. So that's what we've done in this next presentation. Enjoy. It was a cold day in April when we started planting the oats. But as Wendell Bennett always said, when's the best time to plant oats? Anytime it's not raining. You'll see as this international harvester rounds the corner here and heads into the field that there's still quite a bit of frost in the ground. It wasn't a problem out here in the front field, but when we got to the back field, we were in the shade of the trees on the north fence line. The ground was frozen and some of these tractors came to an absolute stop. Every make of tractor makes its own distinctive sound, but if you've ever run a John Deere, you'll never forget the sound of the Poppin' Johnny. There are 2-cylinder clubs all over the United States that just sit there weekend after weekend to listen to the sound of those twin cylinders banging away. David Dean gets into the act here with his Minneapolis Moline. Note the steel wheels on that plow. You might notice that this isn't any of this modern no-till farming. We do it the way they did it in the old days. We plow, we disc, then we rake, then we sow. If you grew up on a farm, I'm sure you'll remember how much fun it was picking up those rocks. Listen to the sound of that International Harvester coming on down the line. Next, listen to the unforgettable sound of that Poppin' Johnny. A little disking followed by a little raking, and this field's almost ready to plant the oats. That's Todd Ligman, the club president, riding on that grain drill. Everybody participates in planting the oats. Wendell must have been right, because here it is, just about 3 weeks later. It's April 23rd, and we've got good germination on these oats coming out of the ground. Yes, they are easy to plant. Let's fast forward now to May 29th, and you can see what's happened with these oats. They're growing nicely. We've had good rains. There's a real reason here why there's a smiley face on the calendar that John put out here in the field. Yes, it does appear that we're going to have a good crop of oats in 1999. We'll fast forward another month, and it's now June 29th. Look at the golden color on those oats. There's nothing prettier than a golden oat field in the sun. These oats are getting ready to harvest. It's a good thing that Wendell remembers how to put this reaper together each summer, or else we'd be in real big trouble when it came time to harvest those oats.
This one we always have to retighten after running it off. And we use this a long apron to stretch it. That's good. Side. Okay. Right here. There. One there. You're gonna pull out on the right, Ted. In the tent. Whoops. Oh, great. Here, hang on, guys. Sticking the sucker in the wrong way here. There's one in there. That's why there wasn't a hole there. Blind hole in there.
Well, I guess you need a tractor on it, huh?
Yeah.
What one you putting on there?
Matter to me.
Hey, one that runs.
What year was this made, Wendell? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Probably in the 1930s, I would imagine. Fill it right up to the top when we start.
Yeah.
And that way we don't
Well,
run
we'd have to have it level to fill it because I see it's running out. Well, look out for your shirt. That's just running out on the corner there. Look at the grass there. Ain't gonna hurt the grass. Just don't roll your shirt in it right away. Wait about an hour before you're leaving, and then get oiled up.
You have more dirt than that on you by the time you're done. How was your last
Yeah, but at least wait for a little while. It's too early yet.
Yeah, never know.
Don't forget to put that crank in
this morning at the gas station.
Yeah, it seems to me last year we walked around looking for this crank for a while, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Somebody lost
What are we going to use for a tractor on this? Anything that's handy and it'll run, I guess.
Yeah, one that runs
Go down, down below.
Them farm alls work good. One of them ought to run, hadn't they?
Should be two of them down there.
I wouldn't bet on it.
I wouldn't know. He's in my truck, but the shed's probably open down there now. Well, let's
Yeah,
go
I
get
think,
one.
I think Todd's down there in the far end.
I don't have any tractors up there.
Playing with the train.
Okay.
Otherwise, we could open the other end. Wendell has his shoulder in.
Where's the twine at? Right. It's over in the pavilion. I got a new bale in the back of my truck there. We can use that too. Oh, okay. I had a ball out of that. Down here, I can get it at the same time. Get that 300 pounds off the other side, it comes right down.
Well, you guys are pulling it down. I had my arm over the seat and I couldn't go anywhere.
Tell them about the time that they broke the thing.
Well, he kept hollering at Don Lux to not turn so short on the corners, and Don didn't listen, and he broke one of the boards on the paddle. Wendell was so mad he picked the piece up and threw it right at him. Called him bad names, too.
That's why Don's not here today. He learned a lesson from it, though, didn't he?
Yeah, not to come back.
That's one pretty looking oat field out there, and it seems a shame to open it up now and start cutting these oats. But there's only one way to get these things harvested, and that's with the reaper.
That's where you want to go, huh?
Well, he wants to open the field up. We'll switch off. Everything tight here now?
We'll know when it quits turning. We'll know
What gear are we going in? Second?
I'd say second to start with. Just hug as close as you can over.
Hug the fence all the way down? That's the way you do it, huh?
The way we did it other years.
Really? We just thought you'd go the other way, throw it into the other, and then throw them out and go over. But we'll do
easier to do it this way.
I know. I forgot.
Okay, let's whoop. Throw her in gear. Better be in gear with. Okay, let her go. There's another one for you.
Show me how I shock oats, and I hope this is the right way. This way I was taught. First, we make a teepee effect, and we do this, and we make we do this. So we have 6 of them, standing up like this. Then we put one on the end like this, on the side, and one on the other side, and then we cap it, like so, and kind of spread it out. It acts like a rain cap to keep the rest of it dry. And you always want to run them north and south, so there's air can go through the center to dry them out. And that's how I was taught to make a shock. You can sit on top of them and it'll hold you up. That's how strong you can make the shock. That way it'll withstand the wind during the summer while it's sitting outside.
What about Walt Berkheimer?
Walt Berkheimer was shocking one day, and he got it where he was sitting on it and riding it like a horse. I thought that was pretty good.
Want to shock them when I dump them?
Is that horrible?
Hey, wait a minute, Buzz. Oh, oh, oh. Back her up a little bit. We got a loose one back there. Yeah, I got a new Orville there.
Is that his tractor?
That's Buzz's, yeah. Run that on through a little bit before I throw these in, Buzz. Go ahead a little bit. Okay, now back her up a little bit.
Yeah, it always used to make me tie him with straw.
Yeah, you can. Okay, that's good. Don't throw them in there yet. I want to tighten that apron. Get it around here. The hard hat area. The hard head, I guess. See that 8-foot platform binder canvas is pretty long, and as it gets warm, it stretches. I have to tighten her up a little bit.
Could be a lot harder.
That loose one. I guess he threw her back there. Okay. Guess we're ready. Plugging up here. Back her up, yeah. I'll have to pull some of that out of there. Well, that's a fine one, Ed. Orville didn't tell you that when he sold it to you, did he? It won't start when it's hot.
He just died on you?
Told Buzz, it says, Orville didn't tell him that when he sold it to him.
Yeah, it gets warm and you gotta leave it set for a while to cool down.
What'd you do to a window?
Died.
Take it out of gear.
Wanted to take a break.
Just a General Motors guy there.
Yeah.
You don't work down there, do you, Buzz? No. Good. How's this work?
I don't know, we'll have to look. In and down. All right. Gonna have to tell Orville, son of a bitch, we're gonna have to go back to them M farm holes. Hey, we're on the road again. Yeah, we got to get a new ball of twine in here. We got to pull the old ball out, or what's left of it, just so we don't run out of twine. I'm going to drop that down in there. Clean the garbage out first. Hey, back here. I gotta find the end here. Tie that on. Huh. Where is it? Got to be here somewhere. There it is. Now, tie that on there like that. Now when that ball goes empty, it'll take right off on the new one. And what time is it anyway?
11:30.
Is it?
1 to 12.
We'll be done by 12. Maybe. There, you can have that. Okay. We're on the road again. Probably have to tighten them aprons again a little bit too, a little later on. But you waiting for them? Here you go.
Something around here,
There we go.
There it is.
I was still recovering from that big one you hit back there. About threw me off the seat. The whole binder stopped for a minute.
Look at all the diamonds laying around here.
Well, we're done cutting oats for this year, so now it's time to get the binder aprons away and put away. Take all the oats off of it. Clean it up a little bit.
$2? Buck and a half a pound, $2 a pound.
This operates the bundle carrier there. Always have a rope on there to help pull it back. It's hard on the foot. Of course, this is the reel. Put that down, please. This lever here adjusts. Moves the head back and forth so you can get the string in the middle of the bundle. This lever here tilts the platform. Of course, you can see that ring up there when they had horses on it, so that's where the horse ring goes through that ring and they wouldn't get caught in anything, papers or the gear. But we don't pull it with horses anymore. We use horsepower, but on 4 wheels, not 4 legs. Crank it down so you can get the apron straps. Well, there we're going to get at the straps.
You want any help on that one?
Yeah, if you want to get on the other side there.
I've been a ham before.
Always pull all the straw and stuff out of them. When we put them away, that keeps mice out of them a little better. But leave all that on there, then it makes food for the mice. the upper elevator apron. Pull all that straw out between the slats. And we roll them up and put them away. Okay, now we gotta crank the bull wheel up, get the trucks under. This is the fun part. Let that man go. Woo! Don't break the crank though now. Oh, let's see you crank the 1%. Yeah.
Hey, I've done it. Haven't I, Wendell?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, my, there you go. Okay, get out of that now.
Take the easy one.
Hop in there on the easy part. That's my thing.
It's hard to find something much prettier than an oat field that's just been cut and the oats shocked and standing out there in the field. If you want to see a scene like this, usually you have to go out west of Janesville, where there's still some Amish farmers that harvest their crops this way. But also, what you can do is just get on Highway 51 going north out of Janesville up towards Edgerton and come past Thresherman's Park after the guys have cut these oats. You'll see a field just like this. Oftentimes on the day after we cut the oats and shocked them, I'd drive home and pick up my wife Carol and would return out to the park. We'd sit out there as the sun started to go down, and I'd take a bottle of champagne out of the trunk. We'd pop the cork and we'd toast those oats. A few weeks have gone by now, and those oats have been drying out there in the field. Last night, a few people got together out here at the park and pulled out some of these steel-wheeled wagons, getting ready for today when a team of men is going to descend into this field and start loading up those oats so they'll be ready for thrashing come showtime.
See all that rain, bundles get real wet on the bottom, so we kind of have to tip them out, let that sun get on the bottom and dry them out a little bit. And we had so much rain. As soon as he gets here with them forks, why, we'll get the show on the road here.
Tip some of these out here or what?
Yeah, we're going to tip them out a little bit because they're pretty wet right on the bottom, yeah. And it's dry enough now. The dew's pretty well dry, so we can go ahead and get a lot of oats and maybe this year too.
I called up here to see what was going on. I was here last week. It was a little warm. Charlie said that if we didn't get them pretty soon, the geese would have them all.
Yeah, that's for sure. They don't bother here too much though, but that backfield there, old geese, they have a harvest back there.
Don't encourage us too much.
We don't want to give you a heart attack.
Yeah. Someone else has to draw the short straw of the load.
Your wife probably wouldn't miss you, but we would. You wouldn't be here to help us load.
Never thought of it that way. When you stack a load, you always want to have it so the butts are on the outside, so if the oats decide to fall off, they fall off in the wagon and you don't lose any of the grain. That way it's always on the wagon. Then you do the sides, then you leave the center, and you do a little bit on each side, then you fill the center in to make a good foundation. Then you keep on doing the process until you're so high you can't throw any more bundles up to you. Then you know you got a full load. Then you try to have them come up so they kind of curve up like that. So it's kind of looks like a loaf of bread when you're done. But you don't want them to go out, because if they go out, then they'll fall off when you bring them in. So you want to have them so they come in like that. That way they stay without falling off. And that's about how you do her.
We're on candid camera again.
Yeah.
I better do
One of those videos, how to and how not to.
Yeah, you come and show doing the other one first. About it?
Couple more, maybe.
Couple more. I knew you could do it.
Right there, yeah.
This seed right here. Yeah, well,
Do it over here.
I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah, don't get too flattered.
Better point over there, see how the expert gets off the wagon.
Not me. Great big guy.
Not me.
Oh, sure, I love the way y'all say, no, it wasn't me, it wasn't me.
I know. See Charlie pointing at it, but that might be the end of the work.
Well, what's the downside of that?
The bad thing, guys, is that work will probably seem better than lunch. If you're getting tired of hot dogs.
You could throw a couple up there. take 2 minutes. You slide off.
Here it is, for those of you that don't know that an 8-pound bale of oats on the end of a 3-time fork can whip a man at the end of the day. That'll do it. That thing's getting heavy. Thanks to the tractor. Oh, the load. We got quite a bit on here again. That's fun. Either you guys getting tired or we're getting up in the air. Oh, okay. Awesome, let's get out of here. We're not done yet. Done. Where's the ladder? Come down the front. You got a ladder. Here. Yeah, that one back. Go ahead, get out. Get out of the way. Down first. Here. Hey. Here. Just bring it straight down. Yep. Lean it out, lean it out. There you go. Thank you. Close enough. Elevate.
You got nothing more to say.
We put in a long day and we're tired.
The last load comes in, boy, that's the one you're looking for all day long.
Yeah.
It's the end of the day, and the wagons are put away in the shed, just waiting for showtime and the thrashing machines. Finally, it's showtime. And showtime means it's time to get out those wagons and start thrashing those oats. That's Harold Mowerman down there in the yellow hat. Harold's been a member of the club for many years, and you can always find him somewhere down there by those wonderful thrashing machines. Here's Jim Wheels of Steel Holman's rig. That's Jim standing out there on top of his thrashing machine. Let's just sit back now and watch some of these thrashing shots while this video takes us back to days of long ago. We'll mix a little bit of the old and the new here. That's a Case steam tractor sitting there in the background, but here's a more modern New Holland baler sitting out here getting rid of the big stack of straw that always collects behind one of the thrashing machines. Here you see Cal Bader, Dave Stricker, and Wendell Bennett making hay bales. Harold Mowerman reminiscing once again. We can't hear the story he's telling down there, but we can listen to the wonderful sound of that Poppin' Johnny and watch once again this magnificent thrashing machine in operation. This thrashing machine is stopped now, and it'll be put away in the shed, waiting for next year's show. But you can rest assured that this cycle is going to begin again next spring when the men from the Rock River thresheree get out and start plowing and planting those oats.